Hi everybody, welcome back. Today is Friday and we are going to be using what we have learned this week to complete our lesson today. So we have been thinking about prefixes and suffixes this week, and today we are going to be identifying and using a whole range of different prefixes and suffixes. So could you pause the video for me here, and I'd like you to write your date and learning objective. Okay, well done. So before we move on, we need a word root. I feel like I can't start a lesson now unless we have a little think about a word root. You've been amazing with your number roots this week. And today we are going to be thinking about another one. So here are your picture clues and your word clues. And your clue again is to think about numbers. So let me move this across for you. So you might want to pause and have a little chat with the people around you. Okay, so well done if you notice that this number root here, it means 4. So you can see that if yesterday we had triplets and that was 3 babies. Today we've got quadruplets, which is 4 babies. But you are only a quadruplet if you are born all at the same time. So if you grow in your mother's womb, all 4 of you at the same time, then you are quadruplets. You can't, there's 4 of us in my family. I've got 3 brothers, but we're not quadruplets because we weren't born at the same time. So you have to be born at the same time to be a quadruplet. So 4 babies. They look like quite sweet quadruplets, but it must be very hard work to look after 4 tiny babies like that. Quadruplets, 4 babies born at the same time. Now we've got this word here, which looks like a big old long fancy word. But really, I think we know this word. We've had it in our maths lessons. It says quadrilateral. Quadrilateral. So I've got some examples of shapes up here, and they're all different shapes. But they have all got 4 sides. And the quad part of the word here that I've made red, the quad part of the word is what tells us that each of these shapes has got 4 sides. So although they are all very different, we've got a couple of rectangles, some parallelograms, they're all different, but they've all got 4 sides. So they are all quadrilaterals. So the quad part means 4, and strangely, or not so strangely, but the lateral part that I will now underline so you can see it better, the lateral part means sides. So you've got shapes that are quadrilateral. It means they've got quad 4 lateral sides. So there are shapes with 4 sides. And up here, obviously, just look like great fun. This is a quad bike. So we had a unicycle, a bicycle with 2 wheels, a tricycle with 3 wheels, and now we've got a quad bike, and she looks like she's having quite good fun. You can't really see around the back there, but she has actually got 4 wheels. So quad bike has got 4 wheels. So that is our number root of the day. We are going to move on, and we are going to be thinking, as I said earlier, about suffixes and prefixes. So as we remember, prefixes go on the beginning of a word and suffixes go on the end of the word. Now in this lesson, I am going to show you how to do a question. You can see at the top it says my turn. So this question you guys don't need to do. This is me showing you how to do it, okay? And then on the next slide, you will see a question that says your turn. So I will tell you the questions that you need to do. This one, I am going to demonstrate. I'm going to model. I'm going to show you how I would answer this question. So if it says my turn at the top, that means it's my turn and you don't need to do that question. So first thing I'm going to do is when I get a question, particularly in like an assessment or something, I'm a bit worried, I'm going to go through it really carefully and read it out loud. Obviously, in an assessment, you can't read it out loud, but I am going to read it out loud. And while we're practicing, we can do that. So it says, complete the passage with adjectives by adding a suffix to each of the nouns in brackets. So that's a really long sentence. So I'm going to look at some of the important words. I know this is an important word because it's in bold letters. So adjectives, what are they? Well, they are words that describe nouns like cute, fluffy, gentle. Okay, those are our adjectives. And a suffix, well, that goes on the end of a word. So it says I need to write words with suffixes in. Okay, I've got to write words with suffixes in. So this word here, that's an adjective. So let's have a go. Let's see if we can add some suffixes in. I've got a word in brackets here. So I'm going to take this word and I'm going to add a suffix to help me create an adjective. So colour, is it colouring? Coloured, colour, colourful. Okay, so colourful is a describing word. Get rid of some of these lines so you can see. So the word I was looking for there was colourful, and if something is made of wood, it is wooden. Okay, so that was the adjective I was looking for there. I'm going to show you a question now, very, very similar. Pause the video and see if you can answer that question yourself. Okay, so you should now have completed that question. I'm going to give you the answer so you can mark your work as you go along. So the bubbly drink was delicious and refreshing during the summery weather. So you've taken the word summer and you've added just a Y suffix. So that was your suffix there. Summer becomes summery. Okay, you ready for the next question? So this is my turn. I'm going to show you how to complete this question. So it says match the prefixes to the root words to create 4 new words. Now I know that if you're doing this lesson from home, you won't be able to print it out. Normally we draw lines with a ruler, don't we? But I'm not going to ask you to do that today because I know that lots of you at home won't have rulers to do that. So I'm just going to ask you to write the words out. So how I would do this is I'm going to get my writing box ready. I'm going to write my 4 words. So I like to call this trying it on. If you went into a shop and you liked a pair of shoes, you would try them on, wouldn't you, before you bought them, just to see if they fitted. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our prefixes and we are going to try them on with the other words to see if they fit. Okay, so we're going to start with this prefix and I'm going to try it. It's untake. Untake. Does that make sense? No, I don't think that's a match. So I'm going to try the next one. Uncircle. I'm not sure about that. Unfold. Oh, that could be it, couldn't it? Could be unfold. I think I've heard that before. Unprove. Oh, no, that's not right. It's got to be unfold. So I'm going to write my word out. Okay, now I'm going to move on to the next prefix. Under. Oh, I'm going to try it on. Remember? Try it on like a pair of shoes. Undertake. Oh, that could be right, couldn't it? Undertake. Undercircle. That doesn't make sense. It can't be underfold because we've already done that and it doesn't make sense. So let's try underprove. No, that's not right, is it? So it must be undertake. Let's write that down. Okay, the next prefix, that I am using is dis, and I'm going to try it on, just like before. Distake. That's not right. And we've already used take up here, so that can't be right. Distake, that's not a word. Discircle. No, that's not a word, is it? Disfold. That's not a word. Disprove. Yes, that is it. I've heard that word before. Disprove. Okay. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst you will have spotted there's only one right answer to this, but I would always recommend trying it on, even though you think you know the answer. So semi-take, semicircle, maybe, semi-fold, semi-prove, so it must be semicircle. Okay, so that's your word. I'm going to give you a question very, very similar, and you're going to have a go yourself. Are you ready? So it says match the prefixes to the root words to create 4 new words, just like I did. Have a go. Okay, and I'm going to give you the answers. I'm going to write them down here for you. So if you haven't written them down yet, just pause the video again and get yourself finished. Okay, so the words you were looking for were costly, development, wonderful, and illness. So well done if you got those. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, it says circle 2 prefixes that can be added onto the root word cycle to create 2 new words. So if you're doing this from home, obviously you won't be able to circle them because you don't need to print this out. You're just going to write the words. But here, I'm going to circle. Okay, so I need 2, and it says 2 in bold. So I must make sure I do 2. And I'm going to add them onto the root word cycle. So this is another one of those questions where you're going to try it on. You're going to try on all the different prefixes and see if they fit, see if they make sense. So let's have a go. I'm going to find myself a little circle so that I can show you. So let's try this one. Decycle. Is that a word? Undercycle. Recycle. Absolutely. So I'm going to make that a circle. Recycle. Autocycle. Not sure about that. It's not autocycle. That doesn't sound like a word. But bicycle does. So the 2 that I have circled are re for recycle and bi for bicycle. So I'm going to give you a question very, very similar. I want you to have a go. Are you ready? Okay, pause the video. So this time it says, circle 2 root words that can be added to the prefix multi to create new words. So again, I am going to try them on. So these are prefix, I want to use the prefix multi, and I'm going to try it on. So multicoloured, does that make sense? Pretty sure that makes sense. So I got the first one very quickly. Well done if you got that one. Give yourself a big tick. Multi-book. Does that make sense? Multi-book? Don't think so. Multi-purpose? Yes. So something is multi-purpose. It means it's got lots of uses. And the last one is multi-child. No, that doesn't make sense, does it? So if you've got those 2, give yourself a big tick. We're going to do 1 or 2 more. Okay. This one is my turn. It says add a suffix to the word rub to complete the sentences below. So I have to use rub in my answer. Can you see it here? Rub. But I have to add a suffix. So I have to add something on the end of the word rub. So this one is rubbing. And it says she was rubbing out her mistake. And this one down here has she had rubbed out her mistake. So can you see here I've added the ing suffix, and here I've added the ed suffix. So I'm going to give you a question now, very, very similar. I want you to have a go. Okay, so I'm going to give you the answers. If you haven't written them down yet, just pause the video again. So Gina was hopeful that she would compete in the Olympics. Hopeful. When the snow stops, the roads will hopefully be much safer. So those are the 2 answers that you should have got there. Well done if you managed to get those. And sorry that my screen went a little bit wonky. Now, the last question I'm going to put on the board, I want you to have a go at completely on your own and see if you can figure it out. Are you ready for the independent, completely independent question? Let's go. Okay, and well done if you got that. The answer is musical. Now that is the end of today's lesson. Have a wonderful day. I hope you got lots of answers right, and I will see you again next week. Bye.